afternoon. This is Sean with Glass Home Inspections, performing a home inspection on a property on West Montebello Avenue out in Litchfield Park. We are currently in the front yard where there are two ground bullhorn cleanouts. We are going to start by accessing the cleanout furthest away from the house. This will take us underneath the house to assess the condition of the piping. We will then retrieve the camera head and we will enter the cleanout nearest the home, and this will take us out to the sewer connection. I'm going to restart the counter at the entrance of the piping. This way, if we do run into an issue, we're able to identify its distance from the start of the piping. So here we can see we have the two cleanouts, and once again we're going to start with the one that's in the riprap dry riverbed in the front yard. This is going to take us underneath the home. We are restarting the counter. We've now entered the lateral piping. Piping material is ABS. We are seeing typical and common fog, which is an acronym for fat, oil, and grease buildup on the piping walls. It is not excessive by any means. However, it can become excessive over time, leading to slow drains, obstructions, and backups. Alright, we were actually able to go left on that Y just by coincidence. We're going to go ahead and push down this section of piping. There's some of the fog is breaking off the bottom of the pipe. Unfortunately, this is as far as I can push the camera head. We're going to try to go straight at that Y transition now. Alright, unfortunately, we're almost reaching the max length of my cable, which is 120 feet. And unfortunately, this is as far as the camera head can push. There are no major issues. There is minor fog buildup on the ABS piping walls, but nothing of concern. We're going to now retrieve the camera head and enter the cleanout leading towards the sewer connection underneath the streets. Okay, we're now going to be entering the clean out nearest the front of the home. Once again, I'm going to reset the counter at the entrance. This way, if we do run into an issue, we'll be able to identify apologies. I'm going to clean the camera lens one more time. So right when we drop into the lateral pipe, there is a small area holding water. This is what's known as a belly. Starting at about 6 to 6.5 feet and running to about almost 9 foot. It is not an excessive belly as it does not fully submerge the camera head. Once again, the piping material is ABS, and we are seeing typical common fog, fat, oil, and grease buildup on the piping walls. We're now transitioning from the black ABS plastic pipe to the green. The outer is green, the interior is white plastic pipe. Once again, we are just seeing typical common fog, fat, oil, and grease buildup on the piping walls. All joints and transitions have looked good. So this is the tap into the common line for all the properties on this street. This is where everybody's sewer line from their house ties in to the main sewer line underneath the street. Once again, there are no major issues underneath the home or from the front yard leading out towards the main sewer line. There is typical common fog, which again is fat, oil, and grease buildup on the piping walls, and if it builds up enough can become an issue, but at this time is not an issue or concern. The only other issue was the minor belly that is directly below the cleanouts. However, it is not excessive in length or depth and should not pose any serious problems. Thank you for your time and have a good day.